All right, here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of 2024 of David and Robbie's Watch Party. I am your host, David Loveday. With me, as always, is my co-host, Robbie Chesler. Robbie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. New year, new me. Let's get it, boys.
New year, same.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
No, I am doing a lot of stuff to make this new year new me. I'm going back to college, going back to church. I'm living in a wooden shed. No, I'm just kidding.
You're
No,
making a shack.
this is a part of my house. Just not done yet, and plus I just wanted the comfy chair.
Yes, sir. I don't got a chair, but yes, sir.
Drink of the week. I actually just bought this. It was four for $3. Some root beer.
Hey.
Four for $3 at Aldi's. It's good root beer. All right, so we have a few things to talk about, and we can review. We have four shows, all special events.
Yep.
Start off 2024. Well, technically, we have to move back in time to 2023 for this first one. We go to AEW for AEW World's End, which a lot of people are actually calling one of their worst shows.
It
I heard
it was a bit lackluster
it
aside from
was.
the last two, three matches.
Yeah, we kind of got off track and watched a lot of YouTube.
We did, but from what I was able to watch, it wasn't really good. It could have been better suited for Dynamite
Yeah,
or maybe even Collision.
the last three matches saved it from being the worst,
Yeah,
from
but
from
we'll get to that.
topping All Out 2020.
Yeah.
But the way we're gonna do this, we're just gonna go match by match, and we're gonna give our star ratings for the matches, our personal star ratings. So let me pull up the matches.
Yeah.
We're prepared here at David and Rob's Watch Party.
We are very prepared, always ready.
I will say I did actually somewhat plan out this show, not scripting wise. We don't do scripts here. Get that out of here. But I do know what games we're gonna do, what my question is gonna be for personal wrestling. Don't know if we're gonna do a What a Rushmore because I don't know if I have one.
All right.
But Robbie, if you have the card up, you can go ahead and hit the first match.
Alrighty. The first match was Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Mark Briscoe versus Brody King, Jay White, Jay Lethal, and Roosh.
The All-Star Tag Team match.
The first of two 8-person
Yeah.
tag
They
matches.
labeled it as an All-Star 8-man tag.
They did.
It was the
It
guys from
was
the Continental Classic.
pretty much, yeah, pretty much. This was actually
I
one of the. It was a good match, I
It
will
was a
say.
good match. It was a good opener. It was one of the better matches of the night, definitely.
Yeah,
Everyone got their spots in.
and I will say because we didn't discuss this before, Dave Meltzer did rate the show. He gave all
Ooh,
the matches star ratings.
we
He
got the
actually gave
Meltzer
this.
star rating. Screw our star ratings. Let's see what Meltzer said.
Yeah, right. He gave this match 4.5 stars. So it was a good match
All right,
in his
because
eyes, anyways.
you already have the card, you're going to control the card. I'll just give my thoughts.
Yep.
I got to pull up my next card.
All right, that's fine. The next match, Miro versus Andrade, in what is possibly the last match of Miro's AEW career. Definitely the last match of Andrade's career in AEW, at least, because he did confirm a couple days later that he was done with AEW. So
Yeah.
that was Andrade's final match, and he lost.
It was very
Uh,
lackluster, his career in AEW.
it was he didn't really do much, unfortunately, which I guess is fitting given his WWE run.
Exactly.
Although he was a U.S. champion and he did win the NXT title, but apart from that, he didn't do much in WWE either. So
I feel like if he goes back, he's going to be doing a lot more since Triple H is now running the show.
I hope so. Unless they put him on NXT, that'd be kind of cool. But if they put him on the main roster, then I don't know. I guess we'll
There,
see.
there are a few good NXT matchups that I could see for him. Andrade versus
Uh,
Carmelo would be one that I kind of want to see.
Andrade versus Ilya would slap,
Oh yeah,
literally.
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 Throw Gunther in there, make it a triple threat. No.
Oh,
Eight stars.
that that'd be a lot of slapping.
Put it in Japan. Now Meltzer's interested.
That there you go. Now he's intrigued. This match actually got 4 stars,
All right.
and Lana or CJ Perry turned on Andrade and rejoined Miro's side.
Totally didn't see that
Yay!
coming.
Totally. A match that I didn't really get to watch because this is when we were trying to figure out how to share our screen, and we were struggling to figure out how I could show the pay-per-view to this man who lacks an
Yeah.
iPad now.
The story of that is the day before, the Friday before World's End, right after we finished our watch party for that SmackDown too. My iPad decided it was done. The
It
home
it,
button came completely off. I
it
could
gave
not get
up.
out of YouTube. So when it died, I cracked it over my knee and threw it away.
Yeah. So he's on a computer now, and unfortunately, being Discord and computer and sharing the screen just doesn't work really. So
No, no, it does not.
unfortunately, I could not broadcast World's End to this man, this broke man. But that's okay. I'm just
Even
kidding.
if I wasn't broke, I'm not paying $50 for it.
I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's only 20. But that's the story.
I told my mom about that, about your VPN. She's like, "Is that even legal?" I said, "Yes, it is."
Definitely legal. Can confirm it is legal. Anyways, next match: Timeless Tony Storm versus Riho for the women's title.
All right.
This match was okay. Predictable ending. Tony
Yeah.
Storm retains over Riho. Dave, Mr. Meltzer gave this 3.5 stars, so it was all right. I don't know where Tony goes. Well, actually, yes, I do know where Tony goes from here, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Well, I'll gloss over it briefly. Actually, no, I'll just discuss it now. Deanna Purrazzo is all elite, and
Yeah.
she called out Tony Storm and challenged her to a match for the title eventually. Probably Revolution, I'm
Eventually.
guessing.
Challenge Tony Storm to a match. Eventually.
Eventually, it, Tony may or may not accept. We'll have to see. But yeah, Tony Storm, her timeless gimmick is fantastic. It gets better and better every week.
Yeah.
I cannot say her catchphrase because it is not very PG, but it's very funny.
This show is no longer PG. We're
It's
still not saying it.
we're
Show
still
is
not saying
no
it, but
longer
it's not.
PG.
It's like PG-13,
Yeah, we are a
maybe.
PG-13 show.
We're for the kids, assuming the kids are 13 and older.
We're a teenager show.
There you go. Next match was basically a glorified squash match. Swerve Strickland versus Dustin Rhodes. It was supposed to be Swerve versus Keith Lee, but for some reason, the wrestling world does not want this match to happen.
It keeps
Uh,
ducking us.
for for context, Swerve and Keith Lee split because they were a tag team. Swerve in Our Glory, I think they were called.
Yep.
They split in the beginning of 2023, I believe, and they have yet to have a blow-off match. They have not faced each other at all due to various reasons, whether it be because of Swerve or because of Keith, mostly because of Keith, although not in any fault of his own. And once
Yeah.
again, it's because of Keith, because he is injured. So they have to hold off on that match
Again.
even longer, again. So Dustin Rhodes took his place, and Swerve pretty much wrecked him. And for some reason, Dave liked that because he gave it 3.25 stars.
What? I watched Wrestling with Regrets review of the show. He gave this match 1 star because he said it was
That
barely a match.
that's more accurate. I don't know why Dave gave it such a high rating. It was
Because
a
Dave likes
squash.
Swerve.
It was literally a squash match.
We
In
couldn't even call that a match.
it was basically a beatdown. I mean, he beat Dustin down before the match, and then the bell rang, and then he just kept beating him. Dustin got
I
like this much offense in.
Yeah, I agree with what Wrestling with Regret said about this match. He said it should have never happened. They should have
Yep.
kept it to the angle that they had before the match with like the cinder block and stuff. Match didn't
Yep.
need to happen after that.
It really didn't. But it did, and it was mid. Despite what you say, Dave, it was mid. Thank you.
You see that confuses me because
Mr.
although it
Meltzer.
shouldn't because I don't like being called Dave. So
Noted.
shut up.
Noted. Okay.
What
All
have I
right. Here,
done? All right.
what have you done? Yes. Our second eight-man tag match of the evening. Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara, who have recently reunited. Sting and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks, Big Bill, Konosuke Takeshita, and Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, this match got 2.5 stars, but
Mhm.
nobody cared about the in-ring
No one
action
cared about the match.
because they were too busy absolutely bashing Chris Jericho. We're not going to go into why they were bashing Chris
We
Jericho.
can subtly go
Ex-
into what. Let's just say he's had allegations towards him
yeah,
involving Kylie Ray. Um,
it,
they've come back out and there nothing is confirmed yet,
yeah,
but it definitely put a cloud over the show.
and especially over this match that
Yes,
involved the
especially over.
man that was accused of things. It was quite funny because they were
Was
chanting all kinds of things at this man, and they had a lot of very creative signs.
they chanted NDA, they chanted Kylie Ray,
They, oh, it was
they had a world's NDA sign.
world's ending. Yes, front and center too, of course. Right in the middle of the hard camera, perfect place.
Right next to it, you saw Jera go away.
Jared, go away. Yes, it was. Man, they were letting him have it. But anyways, that match was not very good.
No,
And on to a match that was even worse. The Julia Hart versus Abaddon for the TBS title. This was the worst match of the show. It only got 1.75 stars from
why
the
did we
Mr.
think this
Mel.
was going to be good?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Like
The
Julia
stipulate
Hart has improved a
yeah,
lot. Let's just say that first. Julia Hart has
yeah,
improved a lot. She's doing awesome. Abaddon. Why do we...
at Abaddon is eh. Abaddon is eh. And that kind of proved it because the stipulation of the match, because I guess because House of Black was involved, House rules.
House rules.
The stipulation Abaddon chose was that biting was legal. So of course Abaddon bit Julia Hart a whole bunch of times,
Yep.
and that just it didn't do anything for the match. It made it worse, if anything.
There was only
It
one good thing that came from this match. One good thing. The "This is spooky" chants. That's the only good
yeah,
thing.
that was probably the best part. The crowd was chanting, "This is spooky," and it was really. But yeah, Julia Hart retained with a really odd looking moonsault. It was like a backflip,
Hmm.
like on tab. It wasn't a good moonsault, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
It was a bad moonsault.
It was a bad moonsault. She should probably work on that. You would think she'd be good at a moonsault, given she's a gymnast, but what do I know? And arguably my favorite match of the show: Adam Copeland versus Christian Cage for the TNT Championship. No DQ. This
Okay.
match was fantastic.
It
It
was a
got a
great.
4.75 match star rating thing from Mr. Meltzer. It was really cool because Mr. Adam Copeland came out with his WrestleMania 22 gear, basically.
His
Is
name's Etiquette.
Etiquette, a modernized version of his WrestleMania 22 gear, which was a great
Yes.
callback. This match was freaking chaotic.
Hmm.
It involved Nick Wayne barely getting driven through a flaming table. He barely caught like the
It
top half of it, and it
flipped on
flipped
top of him.
on top of it. Flipped onto him. Like Adam went a little bit too far out with
It,
the powerbomb.
It flipped onto him while it was on fire.
while it was on fire. It was it was rough, but Adam Copeland became the TNT champion for about 2 minutes
Until
until Kill Switch, formerly known as Luchasaurus, came out with the TNT title contract in hand that he won on 0 Hour.
Mhm.
He beat down Adam Copeland, and then right when he was about to cash in the contract, Christian came in, stole it from him. Well, he actually demanded that Kill Switch hand it over to him. He took it, cashed it in himself, speared Copeland, and regained the TNT title. So Adam Copeland has now the distinction of being the shortest reigning TNT title holder at about 4 minutes and however many seconds. And that's probably as good as his career is going to get in AEW.
I honestly can't wait to see Kill Switch turn on Christian.
They planted the seeds. Again, more seeds.
More
So
seats.
more seeds have been planted, so we shall see what happens because it's gonna happen eventually. There's no doubt.
Yeah. All the seats.
All of the seeds.
All right,
Actually,
next up.
I might have to take back what I said because this match was also a banger.
This was my favorite match.
Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley in the finals of the Continental Classic. This match also got 4.75 stars from Meltzer. And Eddie Kingston is the Triple Crown champion. Thank God.
Yes. The belt looks cool-ish.
The
Looks
ish.
coolish.
I do like it. It's a pretty nice
I
belt.
like it.
It
I think
could be worse.
it's a little cluttered for me. Like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just a crown in the center plate and Continental champion on it. But yes, Eddie Kingston has won the first Continental Classic with a back fist of all things to
Mm.
Jon Moxley. And we shall see where that goes. And he has his first defense of the Continental Crown tonight on Collision against Trent Beretta,
All right.
which I may watch after this is over. Because the Collision card actually looks like kind of dope. I think
Yeah.
FTR versus House of Black, the Continental Crown match. I don't know what else is happening, but those two matches are enticing enough to make me want to watch the show. So I'll
Yeah.
do that later.
I will say they have announced that they are gonna do another Continental Classic this year. We don't know when this year, but this is another
Yeah.
one where I agree with Wrestling with Regret. He says have two a year because the Continental Classic was really good.
It was really good.
Do it twice a
Although,
year.
sure, why not? Although I will be honest, I think because all the Blue League matches were on Collision,
Mhm.
and there was one Blue League match on Rampage, I did not, apart from that one Blue League match, I didn't see a single Blue League match.
I didn't see any of them. I watch
Yeah,
AEW.
I watched all the Gold League matches, and they were all really good, surprisingly.
I
But
watched highlights.
apart from that one Blue League match, I missed all of them. So
Hmm.
I gotta do better this year, basically. And here we go, the main event: Samoa Joe versus MJF for the AEW World Title. This match got 3.5 stars,
Mhm.
and we have a new world champ, ladies and gentlemen. Samoa Joe is your
He
new
won
AEW World Champ.
clean.
He won clean. He locked in the Coquina clutch on MJF, and MJF passed out. So there you have it. Now MJF can take time off, and that's the end of the show. Good night. No, just kidding.
No.
There's more. After Joe left the area, the
Mhm.
devil and his goons came out. Well, not the devil, but his goons
The
came out
goons came out.
to attack MJF and supposedly attack Adam Cole. Uh, one of the goons, I guess, had a chair
Mhm.
and he was gonna hit Adam Cole, and then the lights went out. And after a little bit of time passes, the lights come back on. The goons are lined up near the rope, and right in front of them, sitting in the chair, is the devil himself, Adam Cole.
Adam Cole.
Adam Cole has been the devil for all this time. He has turned heel against MJF, and after revealing himself as the devil, they beat down MJF to close the show. And the group does have a name now. They are known as the Undisputed Kingdom.
Hmm.
It is Adam Cole as the Devil,
Yep.
alongside Roderick Strong, Adam's real best friend, Wardlow, which is a bit odd,
Hmm.
and the Kingdom, Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, who are the Ring of Honor Tag Champions.
I'm a disagree with you a little bit here. I don't think it's super odd that Wardlow's part of it, just
Mm-hmm.
specifically because of his history with Max,
Yeah,
with his history with MJF, where he
yeah,
used to work for him and now he betrayed. Well, he got betrayed,
yeah.
turned face, then fought MJF. So I don't think it's super weird. What I do think is weird is what his role in the kingdom is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they explained it on Dynamite, which we're not going to be talking about Dynamite, so I can talk about this. They explained it. Um, Kingdom, Taven and Bennett are which tag champs.
Yep.
Strong is going after the international title.
Mm-hmm.
And then they said that Wardlow was going after the world title. And then when Adam was healthy, Wardlow was going to give him the world title.
So basically, just like that, they're already planting the seeds for Wardlow to turn against Adam Cole already on their very first day as an officially named group.
I didn't think it was possible for MJF to be a face, but
Right, but here we are. He's one of the biggest faces in the company somehow, and he's going to be out of action for a while because he has Lord knows how many injuries. He's got, I think he's got a torn labrum. He's got an injury to his hip.
just
Yeah, a
all
few
of
other
the
things.
injuries.
All the injuries. So it depends. It depends. We'll see how long MJF is out. Although it is kind of odd, they finally reveal who the devil is. The devil is injured, and the man they're going after is
Is
injured.
injured.
So not very good timing.
We also don't know if MJF is still with the company. I like
Yeah,
90% sure he is, but they
yeah,
did take him off the roster page.
yeah, and he, for the last couple of years now, he has been hitting the bidding war of 2024 between AEW and WWE over his employment.
Yeah,
In my opinion, I think that's just a massive troll on his part, but I guess we'll have to see.
I agree with you on that one. But
And they could easily just be playing into it by removing him from the roster page, but again, only time will tell.
all right, so overall, what do you think of World's End? Give me a grade.
So if I had to give it a grade from A to F, I'd have to give it probably a C
Okay.
because obviously the best matches of the show were the Continental Classic Finals, the No DQ match, and the opener.
Mhm.
But apart from that, it most of the matches could have been better suited for Dynamite, or just not there at all. In the
Yeah.
case of Swerve versus Dustin Rhodes.
No,
So
I'll agree with you. I'm a little bit more harsh. I said D plus to C minus.
yeah,
Um, but no, in my opinion, it is among like the five worst pay-per-views AEW has had. Which, to be fair, they have not had a lot of bad pay-per-views. Had a lot
they
of
have.
bad pay-per-view matches, had a lot
Yeah,
of bad pay-per-views. Because even the worst pay-per-view match that they've had, which in my opinion is the worst, Revolution 2021, the Exploding Barbed Wire Death Match. That was a good pay-per-view
mhm.
until the ending of
But
that match.
yeah, it it was an all right match, and then the end just completely ruined it.
Yeah. But even Revolution 2021 was actually a pretty good pay-per-view to me.
Yeah,
Um, but no, like besides All Out 20 and like the original Fight for the Fallen and Fighter Fest, which weren't technically pay-per-views here in the
yeah,
US because we got them for free.
yeah.
Um, they haven't had a lot of bad shows.
Agreed.
All right, let's talk about the weekly shows. All three WWE weekly shows were special events
Yep.
this week. We had low preview here. We had Raw Day One, which is the one I'm going to do in a minute. we had NXT New Year's Evil, and we
Yep.
had SmackDown with the return of the New Year's Revolution branding.
Hmm.
Which I talked to you about this. I said it's kind of funny that they're returning to New Year's Revolution after all these years, and it's a random episode of SmackDown.
Right. Although it could have been worse.
It could have been worse.
They did bring back Starcade one year for a live event
I
for a
saw.
house show.
No, they recorded it because I watched it.
Yeah, but it
It
was
was
for a house
bad.
show.
It was bad.
Yeah. But yeah, it is kind of funny.
All right, so let's talk about Raw Day One. We started the show with, and I'm mainly going to be talking about the matches, but there is one segment that I will talk about when we get to it.
Yeah.
First, Nia
Okay.
Jax beats Becky Lynch clean.
That was
In,
surprising.
I am so happy I didn't watch this.
It
I
actually,
did see, I saw it. I saw the ending.
I will be honest, it wasn't a bad match. I will be completely honest, it wasn't a bad match.
I know, I just don't like Nia Jax.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But no, I did see the ending of the match because I watched the WWE Top 10 and
Yeah.
it showed Nia Jax beating Becky. And I mean, it was a convincing ending. It was a convincing win. So, I mean, as long as she doesn't injure people,
Yeah.
fine.
I mean,
Also, that right hand that she hit was kind of funny how she hit it.
it was.
Yeah.
And I don't know when it happened, but Becky's mouth was bleeding at the end.
Probably when she hit
Legitimately.
that right hand.
But she might have actually punched her in the head.
I do also like about that match, Michael Cole referenced Survivor Series, like the week before Survivor Series when Nia Jax broke Becky's nose.
Yeah.
He was like, "That's the same right hand that broke the face of Becky Lynch."
Well, it might have broken it again. Yay.
All right. The other match I didn't watch,
Yeah.
Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso. Oh, wait, no, there are two other matches I didn't watch. Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso versus Imperium. Robin, what did you
Oh,
think about this one? I didn't watch it. Oh, wait, no, I know what happened.
this
So this
match
match
was
got
okay.
stopped early.
Yeah.
Because apparently, and we don't know this for sure. We don't know if he's actually. I don't know. Do we know this for sure if he's actually injured?
I don't think he's injured because he went on social media and said he was fine.
Okay.
But at the
Ludwig
time,
Kaiser, not Ludwig Kaiser, Giovanni
Giovanni Vinci.
Vinci
Yeah.
got hit hard to
Yeah,
the
he
point
came
where
off.
they,
Yeah, he came off the top rope and Kofi hit him with a midair drop kick right in the face.
yeah, to the point where they had to stop the match.
Mhm. And I will say it is kind of funny. It like right as soon as Jey Uso made the hot tag, that's when they stopped it.
Yeah, it was like I saw the ending again
Mhm.
on YouTube. It like that was a hard hit that he took.
Yeah, he got rocked.
I
But
am not
fortunately, he's
surprised
okay.
that they stopped it.
Yeah,
Glad he's
fortunately, he's
okay.
okay.
I have come out, I don't think on the show. I've come out and said that he's my least favorite Imperium member, but I don't
Mhm.
wish injury on anyone
Obviously.
unless they're pretty dead. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
I'm just kidding.
But we dislike these people in kayfabe.
As much as I hate Pretty Deadly, I do not wish injury on Pretty Deadly.
We we do not.
Now the last match that I didn't watch.
Ah,
Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day. Yeah, Awesome Truth won.
yeah.
It was the reunion of Awesome Truth, but the best thing about this match was R-Truth still thinking he's in Judgment Day.
Yes.
And the only reason they won is because he thought they lost.
Oh my god. That our truth is a gem.
R-Truth is awesome.
We love our truth.
All right, now to the matches that I did watch and the segment that I
Here,
did watch. We'll get to that in a minute. First off, Rhea Ripley versus Ivy Nile. Better than expected.
It was better than expected.
Like we knew Ivy Nile was not gonna win.
Mhm.
She put up a hell of a fight.
She really did. Probably her best match in ever.
Yeah, best match in WWE or ever. Because I don't know if she ever wrestled outside of WWE.
I don't think so.
But no, like seriously, if they keep going with that with Ivy Nile, I could see her holding a title like this year or next.
Potentially. We'll see.
Maybe not beating Rhea, but
You're right.
like a
They gotta
cash
build her
in
up more.
maybe to get the title. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they gotta build her up more.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about a segment. So it was confirmed a few days before day one that a former WWE champion was going to be on day one. So Jinder Mahal came up and started talking crap to all the audience. And me and Robbie were both fooled because we thought this is the champion. This cannot be it.
Yeah.
It was not
Yeah.
it.
It was not it.
Because as he was talking, the lights turned blue and a voice from the sky asked if you can smell what the
Well,
Rock is cooking.
oh,
And Dwayne the Rock Johnson came in and beat the crap out of Mahal verbally. It was awesome.
and then eventually, physically.
And then eventually physically. Although, before we talk about what happened after, let's just say he was winded after that.
He was gassed after
He could
just a
not catch his
spine
breath.
buster and a people's elbow. That's all it took.
Although I will say he's still in great physical shape. If you look at
He is. He looks
But-
ripped, but he didn't sound it.
yeah. But now we get to what happened after he beat the crap out of Mahal. He grabbed the microphone and said, "The Rock's a little hungry. I'm gonna go to dinner. Should The Rock sit at a booth, at a bar, or at the head of the table?"
Crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild. So it is seeming like it's not confirmed yet, either at Chamber or at WrestleMania, because we will get to what's going to happen at Rumble. Either at Chamber or Mania, we're getting Rock Roman.
Finally.
Finally. Which, yes.
After all these
The
years.
only thing that I don't want is for it to be for the title. But I mean, if it has to be, it has to be.
Yeah. Although that would kind of spoil who's gonna win.
Yeah.
But it should. I'm excited either way.
After
Assuming,
years of teasing,
yeah,
not only on WWE programming either,
right.
there was even a tease on Young Rock.
That's wild. That's actually wild.
Because Roman, like the kid who was playing a young Roman, was saying, "Let's fight let's fight," and the guy who was playing Young Rock said that fight can only happen at WrestleMania. Like,
Stop that. It's the tease.
But no, that was like the best part of the show.
And apparently shortly after the show ended, Roman went to social media and he just posted a laughing emoji. So it seems that further confirms that this match will finally happen. Thank God.
Thank God.
And hopefully it's a good match. And hopefully Brock doesn't get tired after like the first 3 minutes.
This match can happen and wrestling fans can finally shut up about it.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been asking for this for so long, they can finally be quiet.
All right, let's get through these last couple matches before we end part one. First off,
Here.
Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark defeat Tegan Nox and Natalya. This was a pretty good match. It was a good women's tag match. Predictable, but good. I will say I am happy that Katana Chance, Kid Carter, the tag team champs now because I like them.
Yeah.
They're cool.
Yeah, finally, new champ.
Finally. And then the main event, Seth frickin' Rollins defended his title against Drew McIntyre with some money in the bank shenanigans thrown in. Damian Priest was going to try to turn the match into a triple threat. He got Claymore kicked.
He did.
And so he's still Senor Money in the Bank. He's still good. He's not out yet, but we shall see what happens.
I'm starting to think more and more that he's got to fail his cash in because this is like the 10th time he's tried to cash it in and he's failed.
I think
So
that's the reason I think he's gonna do it though, because he
yeah,
keeps failing.
I don't know.
All right,
I don't
so
know
that
how I do it.
was
Yeah.
Raw Day One. Robbie, you watched it. Before we head to part two, give me a letter grade for Raw Day One.
I think I'll give it a B plus.
Okay, that was the
I think
same
that's
thing I'm
fair.
going.
B plus.
B plus. Not the best Raw, but the best one of 2024.
You don't say.
All right, we are going to hop off. We will see y'all in part two, where we will talk about New Year's Evil and New Year's Revolution, as well as
Yeah.
possibly getting into our personal wrestling questions. In part three, this is just a rundown. In part three, we will have Wrestling Jeopardy. And then if all goes to plan with time wise, in part four, we will be playing Guess the Wrestler, and the loser has to watch a pay-per-view. We will
Yeah.
see y'all in part two.